This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, a passenger car collided with a train Wednesday afternoon. Huntingburg held a meeting to update the public on the 4th Street Heritage Trails project. Kurt Guzel will be in with sports, and for tonight's Inform, we discuss 100 Men Who Cook. All this and more coming up next on the WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jurnee Davis with WJTS News. The Du Bois County Sheriff's Department is currently investigating a train versus passenger car accident that took place early Wednesday afternoon at a railroad crossing in the southwestern part of Du Bois County. Deputies say this accident happened just before 2 p.m. Wednesday at the crossing located at the County Road 600 West and 400 South near Duff. A Norfolk Southern train with 85 cars and 3 engines was traveling eastbound at an estimated speed of 35 to 40 miles per hour. For an unknown reason, 64-year-old Shelley Schwenk of Velpen drove her BMW passenger vehicle past the functioning signals into the crossing zone just after the lead engine had passed, striking its side. Schwenk was transported by ambulance as a precaution to Memorial Hospital in Jasper with non-life-threatening injuries. Schwenk's BMW was a total loss and the train sustained minor damage. The roadway was closed for about an hour as the crash was further investigated. Memorial Hospital EMS assisted at the scene. Huntingburg held a meeting last night to update the public and business owners alike on their 4th Street Heritage Trails project. The project is a redesign of 4th Street between Geiger and Jackson. Representatives with VS Engineering and Taylor Siefker Williams Design Group stated that the city previously received bids for the project that were rejected as they overstepped the original cost estimate. Since then, designers and engineers have been looking over their plans and making adjustments in order to bring the project back down to its original cost of $3.2 million. A few design changes that have been made include looking at paving alternatives for the driving lanes, reusing existing lights as opposed to refurbishing the old ones, switching precast concrete curbs for cast in place, eliminating area drains in planting areas, and eliminating the ability to flex out to edge the travel lane with bollards. Another change is the timeline with this project. For the previous edition of the plan, contractors were required to reach substantial completion prior to the town's Christmas stroll. Now the contractor is required to stop the Friday prior to the stroll and spend the last half of that prior week checking accessibility, but the project does not have a defined date for substantial completion. A question on business owners' minds was how would they be receiving their deliveries? Mayor Denny Spinner stated that the city was in contact with the Methodist Church, the property owner of the backstretch, and stated that they have been very proactive in negotiating with the city to help find a solution. The backstretch behind those businesses have been long used as an alleyway, however, no official easement was ever placed. The street department and utility department are looking at officially planting it as an alley and widening it as well, in order to help provide a solution to this problem. Spinner also addressed concern over the wait this project has experienced, stating that the engineers and designers have honored their contract and that the city has not incurred any extra costs during the past 6 months. Bids for the 4th Street Heritage Trail project opened in October, and local contractors have been contacted in hopes of receiving more bids to compete this time around. This year, the Davies County YMCA has 20 kids in the 3rd and 4th grade division and 33 kids for the 5th and 6th grade division. The teams play in a league that consists of Washington, North Knox, North Davies, Sullivan, Eastern Greene, and North Central area kids. Through fundraising activities, parents and coaches have helped the YMCA purchase new shoulder pads and helmets for this program. Davies Community Hospital recently donated first aid bags to the Davies County YMCA football program. These bags are filled with medical supplies to treat minor injuries on the sidelines. The hospital first aid supplies and equipment donations by parents and coaches all help to make the program safer for youth. The 47th Annual Montgomery Turkey Trot Festival kicked off tonight at Montgomery Ruritan Park. Gates opened up at 5 p.m. and once again this year, admission includes free carnival rides. Children get in each day for only $5. Adult admission is $20 for Friday and Saturday, and Sunday's admission rate is $10. You could also save and buy a 4-day season pass for the event for $45. Friday, the fest opens up at 5 p.m. The turkey races will hold the heat competitions at 6:30 back at the track. High Valley will take the stage at 8:15, and Trey Hughes and Band will be playing in the beer garden beginning at 10. Plenty of treats on site, whether it's funnel cakes, lemon shake-ups, wings, or walking tacos, along with vendors, games, and of course, the unlimited free carnival rides. Once again, this is all going on at the Montgomery Turkey Trot this weekend. We'll have details for you on Saturday and Sunday's happenings tomorrow. For more information, you can see our Facebook page. Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch in the Indiana Office of Tourism Development announced that voting is now open for the 2018 Best of Indiana People's Choice Campaign, where Hoosiers can vote for Indiana's best state parks and recreation areas, best museums, best burgers, and more. Both Brew and Jasper and Patoka Lake are among the nominees. Brew, located along Main Street south of the Jasper Downtown Square, is in the running for Best Burger, a category featuring 32 burgers across the state of Indiana. The 8-ounce Brew Burger includes smoked bacon, cheddar cheese, coffee barbecue sauce, and is topped with a broche bun and a perfectly crispy onion ring. Owners Barry Dunlop and Josh Premuda said they have been overwhelmed with the support of the community since first opening Brew. They say the Brew Burger has been their #1 seller and continues to be a popular pick. With 26,000 acres of land and water, Patoka Lake is a fine example of lake ecology. Nominated for Best State Parks and Recreation Area, the 8,800-acre lake provides a habitat for freshwater jellyfish and bald eagles nesting sites. River otters and osprey were reintroduced at Patoka by the DNR. The property is home to one of only 2 resident, non-releasable bald eagles at a DNR state park or reservoir. Nominees for all 3 categories were recommended by members of Indiana's travel, tourism, and hospitality industries. Votes will be counted until October 27th, and the winners will be announced shortly thereafter. You can vote daily online at visitindiana.com/bestofindiana. A new poll gives Democratic Senator Joe Donnelly a slight lead over Republican opponent and Jasper businessman Mike Braun in Indiana's red-hot U.S. Senate race. According to a poll with NBC News released on Wednesday, 49% of likely voters say that they plan to vote for Donnelly, while 43% plan to vote for Braun and 7% are undecided. The poll has a margin of error of 5 percentage points. NBC's poll is one of the first independent polls released in this contentious Senate race. Indiana's race is considered pivotal because it could determine which party wins control of the chamber. Political pundits generally have labeled this race as a toss-up. The percentage of likely voters who have an unfavorable view of Donnelly is nearly identical to the percentage of likely voters who have an unfavorable view of Braun. However, Braun's bigger challenge is that 29% of likely voters are either unsure of Braun or have never heard of him. The poll shows that despite the preference for Democrat Donnelly, more Hoosiers prefer Congress to be controlled by Republicans than Democrats. Donnelly will face one of his biggest tests yet in the coming weeks as he is forced to decide whether to vote for Trump's Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. He risks alienating his Democrat base if he does and losing the Republican crossover votes if he does not. More than 950 adults were contacted for the survey conducted between August 26th and 29th. Meanwhile, the Indiana Debate Commission says that all of the free tickets are taken for the first debate featuring Democratic Senator Joe Donnelly and Republican former state representative Mike Braun. More than 400 tickets were made available for the October 8th event, which will be held on the campus of Purdue University Northwest in the northern Indiana city of Westville. The debate will be held at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The first of 2 onstage meetings between Donnelly and Braun, and Libertarian Lucy Brenton will also be part of that debate. The 51st annual Dale Fall Festival kicks off tonight. The Fall Fest, Spencer County's largest street festival, will be held this evening through Saturday night. Enjoy specialty food items like elephant ears, pronto pups, lemonade shake-ups, and more. Carnival rides, live entertainment, and game booths will entertain the whole family. Along the many activities is the festival's grand raffle, which will wrap up the festivities at 11 p.m. Saturday with many more prizes than there were in the past. A 5K walk and run will begin at 7 a.m. Saturday. participants in the walk and run are also entered into a raffle drawing of their own. Live music performances will be held each evening, and the next leg of the 2018 WBDC Cornhole Tournament of Champions will take place Saturday at 4 p.m. A horseshoe tournament will also be held both Friday and Saturday evening beginning at 7. A hog wrestling contest will take place at 4 p.m. Saturday at the Brown Brothers lot, and a barbecue contest will be held all day Saturday. Awards for that would be handed out at 6:30 p.m. And don't forget the Fall Fest Parade Saturday afternoon beginning at 2. All these times are central. For a complete list of the events for the 2018 Fall Fest, you can go to our media partners website at wbdc.us. Stay tuned, weather and sports is still to come on 18 WJTS News.